Yes, the people of Israel, they were very happy because they conquered the city Jericho. So the next city was not so large, Ai, and they thought, oh, we just send a few thousand people there and, we will conquer that city immediately. And do you know what happened? The soldiers who attacked Ai, they were defeated and they were running away from the soldiers of Ai, and many of the Israelis even lost their lives, and they were very, very sad as they returned to Joshua. And they were so discouraged. But this time, they humbled themselves before God. They were falling down on the altar. The whole day they were lying flat on their face before God and said, God, what have we done wrong that you couldn't give us the victory? Now they humbled themselves before God. And then God said, get up. Why are you on the floor? One of the people of Israel has stolen something from Jericho. I said, you're not allowed to take anything away in Jericho because it's a curse is on the city, and no one of the Israelis should take anything away for himself. I said, oh God, who is it? And then they were asking God, and by God's answer they found out that Achan was the one who stole something from Jericho. And when they talked to Achan, he said, yes, I have been stealing. I have hidden it. And I show you where it is. So Achan showed what he has been stealing in Jericho. And it was hard, but he and the whole family got punished and had to die. It was very hard. But he didn't obey God, and he shouldn't, take something away from a city which was cursed and everything was in there. The people of Israel should not have anything from that. So Achan had to die, and, then the curse was away from Israel. And soon after, they attacked Ai, the city, and part of the Israeli soldiers, they went towards the city, and some went behind the city. And in front of the city, they showed the king of Ai that they are fleeing, but they had in the back another army, so it was kind of a trap. So it was a strategy to get the victory over Ai, and it happened, The soldiers of Ai, they were following the running Israeli soldiers because they showed as if they were fleeing. And while the army of Ai was following them, the second army of Israel came from behind and took the city because all the soldiers were gone. So God gave them again the victory over Ai, and they honored God. But they saw again, only if God helps them and if they are pure and if they obey God, God can help them. But if they don't trust in God, if they are disobedient, then God can't protect them. But they were very, very happy, and they were looking forward to get more of the beautiful land. And all the other kings in the land, they were afraid of the Israelites. But now again I want to make a bow to the New Testament. There was a little man, he was not very tall, at the customs in Jericho. And that was happening a few thousand years later. And he was quite a rich man. You know why? Because he betrayed. He took a lot of customs from the people who entered into Jericho. And because he took so such a lot of money from the people didn't like this man from custom. His name was Zacchaeus. But Zacchaeus, he heard that Yeshua, Jesus, was in Jericho, and he heard about all the miracles Jesus did, so he of course also wanted to see Jesus. And when he entered into the Jericho, the town was packed full with people. And as he was so little, and when people recognized him, he said, you take so much money. You want to go to Jesus? He doesn't want you. You betrayer, you liar. Go away. But Zacchaeus, he didn't mind what people said. He said, I want to see Jesus. So he pressed on going into the city, and because he was so little and people kept hitting him, but he didn't mind. He wanted to see Jesus. So he climbed up a tree because he was so small. So he climbed up a tree, and perhaps some were laughing, hey, look, this rich man, this customer, now he's climbing up the tree. But he didn't mind what people said. He wanted to see Jesus. And soon after, Jesus came, just underneath his tree. Hey, Zacchaeus, come down from your tree. I want to be your guest. And the people said, what? Jesus goes to that man. He took too much money from us. Why does he go to such a man? But Jesus went to him. And Zacchaeus and his wife invited him to eat, and they had a beautiful dinner or lunch. And suddenly Zacchaeus felt the love Jesus has for him. Jesus didn't say, Zacchaeus, you have to change your life. You betrayed people. No. Jesus just loved him. He didn't say to him, Zacchaeus, you betrayed people. No. Jesus just said to him, I love you as you are. And by this great love and acceptance Jesus had for that man, he did betray people. But when Zacchaeus felt this love and acceptance, he said, half of my riches I give to the poor. And when I have betrayed people, I give them back more than one time. And then Jesus said, wonderful that you did that. Now you and your whole family are happy. And I think from that day on, he never ever betrayed again. And he gave back to the people where he took too much money. And he was so happy and he was so joyful. Yes, but now we go back to the Old Testament, back to Jericho. So the people of Israel, they were winning the battle against the king and the city Ai, and they were very, very happy, and they were looking forward to get more of the beautiful land. And all the other kings in the land, they were afraid of the Israelites. But one king said, I will do something, and if I do that, the people of Israel, the army won't defeat us. But what this king did to lead the people of Israel astray, I will tell you in the next program.